Franchise.
Get in like the Marines.
Franchise.
Yeah.
Franchise.
We're in.
Franchise. Franchise the damn thing.
Welcome to Franchise Addicts, a podcast covering every film in a given franchise. My name is Luke.
And I am Chris.
And this week, we have a brand new movie currently out in theaters that we are covering, because...
New release special.
Yeah, it's the summertime. We couldn't think of a franchise to do, so we decided to pop into the local movie theater and check out the movie Eddington.
Classic summer blockbuster.
Oh, yeah.
About a horror conspiracy fucked up thriller about the pandemic with some big movie stars.
Huge movie stars. I mean, this almost has as many movie stars as the current blockbuster in theaters, Superman.
Superman doesn't have big stars. It has Nicholas Hoult.
That's true.
Like, it famously doesn't. Like, I'm like, what's that guy's name again? David
Corn Sweat.
Yeah, I didn't fucking...
He's kind of killing the marketing for this. He's doing really well in all the interviews.
I have not seen one. Are you going to see the movie?
I kind of want to, but at the same time, I don't. I don't think I'm punk rock enough.
Yeah, if kindness is the new punk rock.
I'm not a kind person.
No.
I'm kinds of kindness kind.
Yeah, polka.
I'm Ari Aster kind.
Absolutely. And Ari Aster is the gentleman of the hour here. His fourth feature film. Did you see The Trouble with the Johnsons?
I did. So I made sure to watch it before.
I've not seen it.
I'm so happy that you brought that up because, it was one of those things that people kept on posting on social media about.
Don't watch it.
So yeah, something about the Johnsons. It was a film that Ari Aster did. I believe it was kind of like his graduation thing at film school.
Yeah.
And he really laid it all out on the line.
Yeah, he's a twisted individual. Isn't it essentially like the child sexually abuses his parents?
Yeah, for years.
Okay, that's all we need to get into.
Yes.
We won't get into more, but I just have heard that through, whatever, Facebook.
Yeah, it kind of it completely flips the script on an abusive child-parent relationship, and the way that it's done. It's only 28 minutes long, so it's a real short. And it does make you think about that dynamic in a different light. But I think like everything that Ari Aster does, it's very thoughtfully done.
Sure. It's about family.
It's very well done. Yeah, and it has to be about family.
Like the Olive Garden. Well, no, when you're there, you're family.
Yeah, when you're in an Ari Aster movie, your family is disintegrating.
Yeah, it's very dark.
So Eddington, brand new movie from Ari Aster. He wrote and directed it. Came out a couple weeks ago. Not blowing the box office up like Superman is, but is getting a decent amount of at least critical thought poured out on it.
I think it was like a 68 on Rotten Tomatoes currently, if I checked this morning. So it's divisive. But again,
divisive.
All his movies... would you say all of them are? I mean, Hereditary and Midsommar are pretty much like universally praised. Is that true? Is that a true statement? I don't know.
From the podcast that I've listened to on Ari Aster films, it seems like Hereditary is basically like gold stamped. That's one of the best horror movies of the last 20 years. Perfect movie. No notes. Midsommar comes around. People are like, this is kind of weird. Still good, kind of weird. Opening scene of Midsommar is one of the most messed up things I've ever seen.
Can I share something? Maybe I shouldn't share this. I think it's one of my favorite movies. It's definitely my favorite Ari Aster movie.
I have a different one.
What's yours? Well, we'll
save it.
Okay, save it for sure. They're all interesting. Now, you and we talked about Beau is Afraid. We were kind of getting to know each other as that was in theaters.
I was feeling him out. I didn't know if I wanted to be friends with Chris, and he passed the test.
Yeah. I was like, I was in theaters opening weekend, all 3 hours of that bitch.
I was like, watch In Bruges tomorrow, or else we're not friends.
Yeah, you gotta haze. You gotta do it. That was a great movie. well, it's a good movie. It's difficult at times. It's long. It's demanding at times. That movie, Beau is Afraid. While I think the other two are pretty straightforward. I mean, 2.5 hours, but still, or maybe 2:20. So they're longer, but they also are like pretty crowd pleasing I mean, so is he one of the first people to do, what's that genre that we call the horror genre now?
Elevated horror.
Elevated horror. So this is, the trauma movies and then, okay. I mean, I think he's at least
he's definitely one of the founding fathers of it getting more mainstream.
Yeah, then the term was, popularized and stuff. But I mean, as far as horror movies being...
Just look back at any horror movie, they're all about the trauma of people.
Yeah.
That's all they are. They're trauma manifested in some ghoul or goblin that chases people.
I mean, do you think it was that this was an A24 feature? He was an A24 guy, right as A24 was taking off. These are like indie horror movies that have established actors and are definitely like meticulously put together. I think like everything hit right.
Yeah.
As far as like a perfect storm of being like, this is the guy.
Well, and that's kind of become, especially with Beau is Afraid and now with Eddington, that's kind of become almost a criticism of him.
Yeah.
Is that he's Mr. Blank Check from 824. He can make whatever he wants. Since that's happened, it's kind of gone downhill. People don't love Beau is Afraid. Eddington getting mixed reviews.
Yes.
And now it's like, well, A24 just lets him do whatever he wants and he's going away from what made him great. And everyone just points back to Hereditary. They're like, just make Hereditary again.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, sometimes you only have one of those movies in your bag.
I think Midsommar is close. They're of the same ilk.
But it's a different type of horror.
Sure, but
he's slowly gone from like more jump scares in Hereditary, more just like classic horror stuff going on in that movie. Where Midsommar is, culty. It's more vibes centric. Yeah. It's not like there's some like crazy wicked stuff in it, but it's not like horror to the max.
I guess but it is yet a traditional horror movie. Like we could firmly implant it in that genre, as opposed to Beau is Afraid and Eddington, where you're like, what is the genre that they fit into?
Beau is Afraid is all over the place. That is him just putting his mind into a movie, and it takes 3.5 hours.
Is it 3.5? I thought it was 3.
It's over 3.
But I gotta say that there's some of that. While I find some of the scenes to be, I don't know, hard, just I don't know, not fun to watch, a little too much, a little dragging on. Some scenes are incredible. Like there's some stuff in that film that is like, wow, this is stuff you will never see before. Like the town, the people in that town that are just, everyone, the way that he makes the paranoia in his mind,
the first 20 minutes of that movie are incredible.
Yeah. And then it has moments after, but it also just goes a lot of places. And, but hey.
Parker Posey.
Nathan Lane.
Bad Nathan Lane. Don't like Nathan Lane in that movie.
Yeah.
Bad guy. Oh, and then the daughter, too, is just an insane person.
Is that the paint?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's,
there's a lot of messed up stuff in that movie.
Yeah. And that's when, he found his, I guess, maybe current muse of Joaquin Phoenix.
He did.
And he was like, I'm going to make you can really act the hell out of you can really play a terrified human being that is just running
weaponize that.
Running for his life and just in so much desperation, horror and whatever. He does it. He whimpers, he runs.
He's fantastic. I think he's asked to do a lot more in Beau is Afraid. He's great in Eddington. So let's get into
it.
What Eddington is about, what makes it divisive. Did Ari Aster do it again, in our opinion? We'll get to all that. So Eddington is a Western.
Yeah.
It is set in May of 2020, yes. COVID times. It is a COVID movie. It is commenting on the COVID era in America. It's set in New Mexico in the town of Eddington.
Yeah,
which appears to be close to the border in New Mexico.
Shut off from the rest. A very remote.
Yeah,
town.
yeah. This is a population of 100, 150 businesses.
Yeah,
vacant.
I think. Yeah, it's not a huge town, and it's not close to a lot. It's close to an Indian reservation. Native American.
Yep.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
the Pueblo.
Yep.
You nailed it. Way
Yep.
to go, Chris.
Good.
Really walked that fine line, and you killed it.
Okay. Good. I love it. That's what I like.
Stolen land. Stolen land.
Stolen land. It is in fact stolen land. We, I am.
I shouldn't be talking right now.
I shouldn't.
I'm going to finish this, but I shouldn't be talking right
I'm
now.
going to be listening, which is what I should do.
Yep. Sit and listen.
The fact that I'm doing this podcast is actually wrong, which I think other people would agree with.
Privileged,
Yeah.
honestly.
I mean, we have this equipment. We're doing this thing.
Yeah.
So I mean that's
And I was given this equipment by my parents. I didn't earn this at all.
no. And so I mean, there's truth there.
Yeah. It's crazy.
So it is very yeah. So that's like the divisiveness right there, because there are certain aspects that I think are pretty easy softballs about, like, didn't everyone hate this about the pandemic? How about masks?
Yeah.
Right? Which, I mean, that is actually very divisive, but I think we start with that. We start, well, I mean, what do you want?
Well, yeah, this is a relatively simple story that then goes on for 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
The basic premise of the movie is that Joaquin Phoenix is the sheriff of the county where Eddington resides, and Pedro Pascal is the mayor of Eddington. They have different ideas about mask mandates and COVID, the way things were handled with COVID in the area. The mayor is essentially following orders from the governor of New Mexico.
He's also got the AI tech guy.
We'll get into how characters that may seem righteous are not actually righteous because they're doing other nefarious things in the background and all that sort of stuff. Nobody in this movie is good. Nobody is a hero.
But
nobody's ideas are correct fully.
But we start with our protagonist, who I think we are to start with. At least the frame of the movie is that, like, we understand this guy. This guy's a troubled guy. He's maybe not the smartest guy.
No.
But he just wants to, I mean, he truly is thinks that the mask mandate is a little over the top. He sees the hypocrisy in the enforcers as far as, it's not even you're barely wearing it. It's not
well, that and the hypocrisy of, hey, like, we're wearing this mask to keep people safe, and then you're screaming at people and treating them horribly that aren't wearing masks.
And not letting a guy get groceries.
Yeah, so it's like, okay, so you're trying to protect people, quote unquote, but by doing that, you then feel okay with treating people like shit.
Yeah, so he sees that, and he kind of seems like he's
a reasonable guy. And just trying to live a reasonable life.
And not incredibly, like, he could be, like, related to Bo. As far as, like,
sure.
Like, he doesn't know how to communicate. He's very anxious. He's got a lot going on inside that he can't really get out. He's got this troubled relationship with his wife that I'm sure we'll get into.
Constantly criticized by people for not, like,
having
zero motivation in life. He was literally grandfathered into the sheriff position. His father-in-law was the former sheriff.
So, I know that, so that's like privilege, right? I mean, just given to him. Apparently, it didn't go well. They referenced that essentially there was some police brutality. Didn't go well. He's kind of a laughingstock. People, film him, which is such a great thing that happens throughout the movie. Kids are filming on their phones, calling him like a idiot. Yeah. And he just keeps walking. Sad man.
And this, the other side of the coin is the Pedro Pascal character, who is kind of Mr.
Polished.
He's a polished mayor, seemingly on the outside, trying to do what he thinks is best for the community, following orders given to him from the governor.
N95 mask.
Wearing the correct mask so that it's not slipping below his nose.
Bullshit.
He can,
messed up.
Yeah, he can speak all the lines. He knows the percentages and why the masks are, actually being effective.
He is someone, that we would see during the pandemic, and a lot of us would be like, this is an informed, smart individual that goes with science, and this is a good guy.
But he's not like the everyday citizen that, is kind of fed up with the no mask people that are like, just fucking put your mask on. Like, we're trying to save people here. Like, the Pedro Pascal character is way more chill about it. He's like, hey, guys, just follow the rules. Like, we're going to make it through this. It's
a
all,
mayor.
yeah, it's all good. Oh, yeah.
So he knows how to, he can't be he's got his image is important. His delivery is important. He's going to play it cool, and he's a cool cat. And,
what we don't realize until we get further into the movie is that, the sheriff and the mayor have a past.
Yeah.
And the wife is involved, played by Emma Stone.
Yeah.
I think rather brilliantly for only being in the movie a little bit. She's doing some special stuff here. Very subtle, low energy.
Right? Oh, low energy.
Low energy. Weak.
Very, very weak.
Not a typical performance. I like it.
Weak hands, small hands.
Small hands. So,
terrible.
Yeah. Pedro Pascal had dated Emma Stone in the past.
When she was underage, maybe?
We don't know. You get a lot of mixed stories about what happened, but for how the story goes is it didn't work out, and then she meets the Joaquin Phoenix character. They get married, but she is an extremely troubled person.
She had a kid with Pedro Pascal.
Yep, and had got an abortion. But we don't know if that's true either. We don't
know who that kid's father is?
We have no idea. Pedro Pascal's character denies it, says, I didn't even touch her. She was weird back then.
Mm-hmm.
We are then hinted at later on when she's talking about being an abuse victim early in her life to think that it could have potentially been her father that impregnated her.
What a fucking scene.
So we never know if that's actually true.
Yeah.
But that's what she tells her mom when she leaves with the cult leader. And then, so that's all happening, but that triggers the Joaquin Phoenix character into wanting to run against the mayor because he's up for re-election. He's like, I'm going to take matters into my own hands finally, do what everyone has been asking me to do. Immediately once he starts doing that,
how about his announcement?
Falls apart.
But how about his announcement?
One of the best scenes in the movie.
Like, just this, people talk about this, but the use of screens.
Yeah.
The use of screens and, how we see him deliver that on his iPhone on the mount in his car, and he's so unsure of himself, and it's like this kind of wounded bird gets an idea and is motivated for a second, and this is my way out. I can do this. He gets a glimmer because the guy tags him in the Facebook post.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
He gets tagged and he's like, this is a good guy. That's it. He runs with that idea. So clearly maybe not a smart man, an impulsive man, and a sad man that feels like he doesn't know how the fuck to be relevant or important or to make any change. He feels helpless.
Well,
right?
yeah, he doesn't know what people want from him because he's got a mother-in-law at home who's constantly going on about all these conspiracy theories related to it. He doesn't know what she wants. He doesn't even know why she's at their house.
He took her in though. He said she could come, and he's very sweet to his wife, Emma Stone, buys her art to make her feel better. He's so gentle, and he clearly loves her.
Yeah,
that's the love of his life.
But the moment he starts running and makes this announcement, you see Emma Stone watching his social media post, and because he didn't talk to her beforehand, or he did it impulsively, even though the people in his family are telling him you got to take control of your life, you got to be motivated and stuff like that, and so he's doing this. He thinks he's doing the right thing.
Yes.
And then he comes home and they're gone.
Yep.
They abandon him. They come back angry. She locks herself in the room. He has to bang on the door, and be like, "Please, just let me explain. I'm doing this for us. It's gonna be fine." And she does have an argument in that with him running this stuff with the past with Pedro Pascal is obviously going to get brought up. She's going to get thrown into it. She is a mentally unwell person and doesn't want to go through that. So I do understand from her perspective a little bit what's going on. But her not supporting him, having the mother-in-law not support him is just devastating to him immediately.
So we're sympathetic to this guy who could be the origin of the alt-right, Or, I mean, maybe, yes. I mean, because he does start to go that way, but he is sympathetic, and we do feel like, okay, this guy, not the smartest, but he is beaten down and sad, and we feel empathy for him.
Yeah, so Joaquin comes into his sheriff's office. He deputizes his two guys, Michael and Guy.
You gotta get a slogan.
And gets the whiteboard out, and they're ready to get the signatures, get him on the ballot, and here we go. And he's running. He's outfitted his truck.
Oh God!
Kind of like this comedy bit for the entire rest of the movie that he's just driving around in his police cruiser,
like Black Sheep.
Well,
vote for Donnelly.
Well, there's even like there's signs on it that are like spelled incorrectly.
That's your.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the wrong form of your, and you're
these
like,
guys are,
oh fuck,
these guys are just idiots.
Joe, you're not doing well.
But it's like Ari Aster's really putting you into it and going like, this is, all these like MAGA guys, all these people that you now have kind of like grown up a little bit and grown into their resolve for how they want the world to work. This is kind of where it starts,
it's the genesis,
and it starts in a place of like wanting to do right by people.
I'm feeling like you're given these chances and you have this power and authority, but you don't have the proper resolve or the proper game plan. And also, by the way, people are mad at you.
Yeah. The entire time. Even though you're just like, I'm just trying to help people. And they're like, no, shut up. We don't want that help.
You're actually doing bad. And you're wrong, and you're just going to keep doing wrong. And so, this push. And in that moment, I mean, yeah, you could be like, well, this guy should be smarter, or he should do, but you can't help but feel the empathy and feel like this is what happened to many fucking white men
during that time.
Yeah. The kind of not like lower middle income white men.
And they just got browbeat over and over and over.
2020 was not going to be kind to them.
Nope. And so it's kind of where the Joaquin Phoenix character starts to fall apart. We forgot to mention that there is this character that begins the movie, and is kind of the force that brings this town to destruction. And it's this homeless guy who is named Lodge.
Lodge, yes.
And he is played by Clifton Collins Jr., who I know from various things. You would recognize him. He's unrecognizable in this role. But
he starts the movie with
I believe he's in Westworld pretty prominently.
Okay.
I might be getting that wrong, but he's definitely a bit character in other TV shows that you've seen. So he's walking into town. It's how the whole movie starts. He is obviously an insane homeless man. And he's ranting and raving. You can, like, without subtitles, there is no way I could tell anything that he was really saying except for words here and there.
Yeah.
He walks into town, starts causing chaos. He goes into Pedro Pascal's bar that he owns. He calls the sheriff to get him out of there. There's a video of Joaquin Phoenix trying to remove this man from the bar.
He's trying.
Yeah.
He's
something has to be done.
The guy breaks in and starts just causing chaos.
He's just grabbing bottles from behind the bar, pounding those.
And he has to kind of like try and forcefully remove him. He doesn't try and shoot him. He doesn't he's just trying to get him out, and immediately he touches the guy, and the guy starts screaming as
somebody pulls a phone out.
As someone's, because this is the age where we're doing that. And
it even starts before, because the Joaquin Phoenix character is talking to the mayor, and the mayor is like, you need to get him out of here. He needs to go to prison.
Amazing scene.
The glass. Mr. Liberal, like, is refusing to help this man who is clearly like down on his luck, not doing well. Joaquin Phoenix is like, is he really bothering you like that much? Just let him stay, or like, I'm sure it's not that bad. He's being the compassionate one.
But is he? I mean, but then he just like drags him out. But it's true. But you could also say,
but he's kind of doing the song and dance, like, oh, you want me to do the sheriff thing where I like forcibly remove this guy? I guess I don't really want to.
He is more sympathetic to him, and. So he's a little more sympathetic. Also, throughout the film, that guy shows up Nobody gives a shit about that.
Nobody cares whether it's, the
Protest
the high school protesters, the people that
as they kneel.
yeah, would lay down in front of somebody taking a video of them doing, whatever.
Oh,
like
man.
just the hypocrisy is all over this movie.
Yeah, and some people are majorly offended by that.
And it's tough. So that happens.
Really quick,
The way it starts, go ahead.
just 2 scenes to point out really quick as far as great camera work. I guess the guy that shot this movie is really famous. Is that true?
Yeah, he was the cinematographer for the movie Seven, most famously.
Yeah. So 2 shots, just like when the first time that the camera's really on Joaquin Phoenix, when he gets pulled over by the other 2 cops and the red light is flashing on his face, his face is going from darkness to red, the foreshadowing that it's doing, and just the beautiful setup there, amazing. And then also there's just this shot too, which is kind of, it's a little on the nose, but where he's standing in front of the big poster of the mayor, and he's inside the mayor, showing like this little man wants to stand up to this big man, and just like telling a story in a shot. Oh, just chef's kiss.
Well, I think it's in the trailer too, but the shot where they're standing in the street across from each other,
Yeah.
which has the great comedic line when Pedro Pascal tries to get a little bit closer, and Joe goes 6 feet, and Pedro gets even closer and up in his grill. But there's incredible camera work all over the place here. So Joaquin Phoenix's character is running against the mayor, and things are immediately going poorly. While in the rest of the world, the stuff that literally happened to all of us is happening. So George Floyd happens.
Yep, around May.
It happens basically the day that he is like going to run for mayor.
Yeah.
The Joaquin Phoenix character doesn't even realize. So focused on everything else, not even listening to the news, not watching the news, comes into town the next day, 2 protesters talking about police violence and stuff like that. And he's like, what the hell are you guys talking about?
Yeah.
There's no police violence here. And they're like, there's police violence everywhere. This is a system of oppression, man.
To be fair, they talk about the fact that there was. And potentially his old squadron had some guys there that were maybe accused of that. But yes, this is what you're supposed to do. Everybody, look at your screens. This is what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
We're protesting. We're all on this page. Either you're with us, you're against us, and this is what we all experienced, right? Like, this was it.
Well, and the Joaquin Phoenix character makes the very logical remark about COVID and about the protesting, which is, hey, COVID's not here. Is there anyone in this small town that's sick? Then why are we doing any of this? We should be able to just live our life. The rest of the world can do their things. I'm just pointing out his argument,
okay.
Chris. The rest of the world can do this stuff. We're fine here. COVID's not here. Same thing goes for the police brutality. He's like, if you guys want to protest something, like, great, do it. I don't think there's anything currently going on.
It appears that he's not a policeman who participates in brutality.
I don't think he does anything.
Yeah, it seems like
he tries not to work.
And his 2 officers, I guess we fucking don't know. Guy is a little sus. I think he quickly falls into the role.
I got radicalized quick.
Yeah, he'd do it. He'd totally do it. And
and Michael just is worried about breaking the record or whatever.
Yeah, but a gun culture, right?
Definitely.
And we see the gun culture. We see people are being divided more and more. And yes, the funny scene where Brian is he it's a girl that he likes.
Always.
A girl that he likes.
Always blonde.
Is very into the protests, is very into the literature. And
she's very into posting on social media and taking videos of herself.
Yes,
being the most woke person that's ever lived.
Yes, and that was, we did experience that.
One of the most intolerable characters I've ever seen in a movie.
Oh man,
because not only is she like that, which I can deal with those politics. I actually share a lot of those similar views. Thank you very much, audience. But she's just
How do we
absolutely
know?
horrible.
Can we know that she? I mean, we clearly
She's a bad person. So she's
how do we know
definitely
she's a bad person.
So she's with Michael now. Whether or not like
They broke up,
but it doesn't seem like anything bad happened. It seemed like she just didn't agree with like the way, or she got really into the protesting, all this like woke stuff. He's probably like, whatever, I'm just a cop. Also, I'm like 10 years older than you, so whatever, you're just a young kid doing your thing. Hopefully Michael did not statutory rape her. He is accused of that later on in the movie. Again, we don't know. They just bring this stuff up. We don't know for sure if that's the case.
We do get the character of a black policeman during this time, which I think is very useful.
Yeah. But she's also like, courting the son of the mayor who is an absolute asshole.
Yeah.
Just a
cool
bad
guy.
person.
Yeah.
So it makes no sense that she's Mrs. Woke. Like, I want everything to be good. I want what's best for every single person in the world, no matter what. And then she's like, but I'm super attracted to this guy who's an absolute, maybe not super attracted, but she is able to be tricked and manipulated by this asshole who is just doing the BLM stuff just to, get with her.
She got caught up in it. And she's clearly...
She's a dummy. She's a big old dummy.
But I think that there's a chance that her heart's in the right place.
Nope.
No way?
Nope. I'm a hard leg.
Okay, that's fine.
If you are screaming at a cop,
sure, but
multiple times, you are not just caught up.
But what
you
if
are
that's what people were told to do?
I know, but she was indoctrinated. Once indoctrinated, always indoctrinated.
Okay, but so was our sympathetic character Joaquin, right? He was I'm just saying this was a time where
I don't think he had. I think he was just basing everything off of like the morality that he grew up with. I don't think he's like, hey, these right-wing guys want to be maskless, so I'm going to join them.
Eventually, he gets. I think the
point he definitely gets radicalized.
Is the point that I'm trying to make is during this time, it was pretty hard to not be a hypocritical in some aspect and to not be influenced by something. Like, this was just such a crazy time, and I think we're all brought back to it. And as far as like, like what was true authenticity during 2020? I think it was very hard. I think it's a very difficult topic, and it just was a crazy fucking time. And I think the influence of everything going on around us. Pick a side. Okay, if you're on side A, you believe all these things. If you're on side B, you believe all these things. And nobody maybe really truly believed all those things on either side. Yet, here we are. And so, she's doing that. Yeah, I don't think she's a sympathetic character at all. But she is catches Brian's eye.
Yeah.
Brian likes her. There's that moment where he sees her. You can tell that he doesn't really give a shit about what's the post is, but he's like, she's also hot.
Well, and Pedro Pascal's son is like, well, if you want to, impress her, you're gonna have to talk about this woke stuff with her, and he really get into that
up, and it doesn't go well.
And then he becomes a cuck.
Yeah, horrible, right? And so. And the fucking friend sends him a goddamn picture. So horrible. But again, things won't go well for that boy.
Nope.
As they really don't go well for most people, but especially not him. So that
before we get into other stuff, I just want to point out that this is maybe the best movie I've ever seen about social media. Yeah. Like the way social media is integrated, the way that he's showing the phones, showing the videos that people watch, how they watch them, lying on the side in bed with the laptop just blaring into your face, having it be the first thing when you wake up in the morning that you're checking your phone and seeing the posts and stuff like that. I don't see that in a lot of other movies. And I mean, this is like the screens are the infection. Yeah. Like it is what is propagating all of this shit to happen.
Fuck yeah.
Before we
talk about Emma Stone and Austin Butler more.
Yeah, I was about to say before we just go off about the ideas in this movie, we can continue on with the story. So while that's all going on with the mayoral race, we're back in the home of Joe and Emma Stone, his wife, and their
Louise.
Louise and their crazy mother-in-law. whose name is
Famous
Dawn. Yeah, Deidre O'Connell.
She's in a lot of stuff.
She's great.
She's a perfect, like, she fits in an Ari Aster movie.
Yes, definitely.
Just like, you've seen her do other things. Now she's going to be a very weird, dark character. And, so yeah.
She's Outer Range and the Penguin. So she's
the mom?
She's Cobb's mom.
Oh, I knew it. Okay, so she's in dark shit. But,
she knows what she's doing.
Awesome. Yeah, no, she does a great job. And we get this, more screens, more influence, and this small dose of two of Hollywood's biggest fucking stars.
Emma Stone, Austin Butler.
Yes.
And so we get a couple of hints here and there that Emma Stone has been checking out the QAnon forums a little bit. She's been checking out the pedophile rings and what's going on with that. We see that she's going to go to this seminar, this speaker in Santa Fe. We don't know who he is yet.
Yeah, Vernon, right?
And Joe comes home one night, again, to an empty house after he makes a lovely dinner to discuss the campaign with his wife and explain everything.
They agreed to meet him for the dinner.
People don't give a shit about Joe.
Can we just mention how he's looking at the YouTube video about how to tell your partner you want to have a child?
Yeah.
Just going back to the initial sympathy for Joe. Oh.
Yeah, she also won't have sex with him ever.
He's just at the beginning, like he will turn into a
murderer. He turns over in bed and looks at the screen background of his phone, and it's just her face, and he's like,
it's his computer,
longing to like be with her and
That's
loves her so much.
Wants.
And she rolls up after he makes this beautiful meal, has fallen asleep because they're so late with Austin Butler, and then it's the Butler show for the next 10 minutes.
Yeah, the crazy, attractive, young guru that has a bunch of fucking crazy shit to say that's good.
He's going on about my good friend Alex Jones.
What do you mean?
So Alex Jones...
the Pizzagate?
No, well, yes and no. So there's the place that Austin Butler describes in this movie, which is like this secret place in Northern California that all the elites go to and
drink their what is it called?
Adrenochrome.
The blood from children.
I don't fucking know. But Alex Jones claims to have broken into this place, taken some videos of it, and reports back that this is all this stuff it's like kind of what got him famous.
Oh.
And so Austin Butler says that he was taken to this place. His dad was a businessman in Washington, D.C., shoulder to shoulder with the elites, the corrupt elites, the globalists.
Yeah, the liberal elites.
And
it's a liberal thing.
His dad sold him into sex slavery, and he got taken to this place in Northern California where they hunted them because that was part of the game.
It was the most dangerous game.
Second, is it the most dangerous game? I think an adult would be the most dangerous game. Child, pretty easy.
It's an easier game.
Would you rather try to kill a child in the wilderness or a grizzly bear?
I don't know. I mean, ask Lars von Trier, because
I don't want Lars von Trier anywhere near that story.
Yeah, there's a scene where they hunt little children in Jack, the house that Jack built.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the Robin Williams movie.
Oh,
directed by Francis Ford Coppola.
Jack. Oh yeah, no, the house. Yeah, there's the children that die of laughter. Good from a little sweet Robin.
Austin Butler did not die of laughter. He was able to escape. Alludes to the fact that it was his abuser that helped him escape. He's like,
and there's love now.
Yeah, you think there's a child, but sometimes there's love between an abuser and his victim. And this man saved me, and then 3 days later he killed himself, and that's how you know it was true.
And he's just got this really attractive, like, young...
He's Austin Butler!
Yeah, gaze, where you're just like, yeah, I believe that.
Except Joe doesn't.
Well, Joe's like, I know what's going on here.
Fucking insane.
This guy's... And he's... Well, because... What the fuck is he doing with my wife?
The reason why he has these questions about it is, like, all of this stuff, like, if you know anything about the 80s satanic panic and stuff like that,
yeah,
there's a bunch of these kids that were going to these therapists, and they were doing like memory recall through hypnosis, and they were bringing up these memories. It turned out that when people like looked at what the therapists were actually doing, they were doing a lot of like, this happened, right?
Leading questions.
Yeah. And so kids were just making up these crazy stories about how their daycare was abusing them the entire time they were at the daycare, and they were flushing kids down to the toilet, which would then go down to these basement rooms where people in cloaks and masks would then molest them and all that sort of stuff.
But a lot of people
all of that
started to believe this shit.
Not true.
Remember, wasn't there the story of that guy that was in the military and he like showed up at the pizza parlor in full
pizza game?
Yeah, with full military gear, like he thought he was going to save kids.
Yeah, QAnon has been on this conspiracy basically since it started. It's what they do. There was a guy on QAnon that, was like, don't worry, guys, I'm going to take this into my own hand. I'm going to storm the gate, and went to the pizza place, and they're like, I don't know what you're talking about. You can go down to the basement if you want.
Yeah.
I don't even think they had a basement, and so
it just shows the power. Yeah, the power of these screens, the power of the influence of what's fucking happening during this time period.
But that's the thing with the Austin Butler character, is he is telling this like tragic story, but there are enough similarities to, like, if you've read anything about the conspiracy, of him just essentially regurgitating conspiracy stories.
Yeah.
So it's like, wow, that sounds very similar to a story you could just read on the internet and then tell back to me about what happened to you. And he goes like, and these memories now feel so real, but I had forgotten them for my entire life. And then I went to therapy and they brought them back. And it's like, now I can actually feel them. And Joaquin Phoenix is like, right on, man. That sucks.
But we have someone here, it's the opposite of Joaquin, right? This guy can communicate. He can communicate bullshit, but he can fucking communicate. And
he has got a beat on the Emma Stone character, because this is someone who is in the stage before the Austin Butler. She is in the quote unquote denial stage. Like, something weird happened to me. For some reason, I'm closed off. I'm like...
So her father was the sheriff, right? That died? Okay.
Yeah. And he died of a heart attack. But again, that's all up in the air too, because that gets brought up by the mother-in-law, and she's like, he was like, there wasn't anything I can do. And he's like, yeah, there wasn't. He, like, his heart stopped.
Maybe he could have done something.
Yeah. But it's whatever.
Interesting.
Austin Butler, picks up Emma Stone. She's out of there. And then Joaquin Phoenix breaks. Joe Cross breaks. There is one more breaking point that occurs, a fantastic scene. There is an event going on at the mayor's house. There's a noise complaint that is sent in to the sheriffs because they're playing music rather loudly. And Joe decides to go over there and handle that situation. Probably don't do that, Joe, if you're running against the guy in an election, but whatever. He goes over, turns the music down himself, walks to the back of the party, does that right in front of Pedro Pascal. And then he starts to walk away, and Pedro Pascal turns the music back up, and it is just a face-to-face Western battle. Two men going at each other.
Turning Katy Perry's Firework up and down.
Until Pedro Pascal bitch slaps him twice.
Yep, and he just walks out.
And
at this point, we know something is going to happen.
We know a couple of things about resentments, and that is a resentful man that's currently leaving there.
Yeah.
And it then leads him to driving around the city at night. He sees that Pedro Pascal's bar has now been broken into again outside of normal open hours by our guy, the homeless man Lodge. And Lodge is having a conversation with himself in there. He thinks that all liquor tastes the same,
because he has COVID.
Yeah, and it's tough. No flavor.
Water or vodka.
I don't think this guy would be tasting liquor if he had COVID or didn't.
Yeah, but
I don't know if he'd be able to tell the subtle differences between a mezcal or a blanco or whatever.
But it's insinuated this guy's here, he's broken, and he also has COVID.
Yes. So another great shot where there's a tremendous pause as Joe Cross is kind of sitting there looking at this guy, trying to figure out what he's going to do about the situation. And he pops him.
Yeah, just shoots him impulsively 3 times, kills the guy. and the rage, right? The rage, because like I'm so mad. Also, here you are again, and you technically got me in trouble. You know, like you're kind of, sort of, not really to blame at all, but kind of. I can put blame on you. I can assign you blame for the pain that I feel in this crazy fucking world that's happening right now.
Yeah, and Joe is like, he's gone. He's tried to do everything the right way. He's like, I'm standing up for people. I'm doing this the right way. When the protesters are coming at him, he's telling his deputies, don't engage, don't give him anything to, make videos about.
But he's reactive.
He is reactive, but I think, at least for the first half of the movie, he's doing a good job.
Kid.
He pushes him a little bit.
I mean,
I would have fucking grabbed him and thrown him across the street.
He was being enticed. But also, like, I mean, it's just, I mean, this is it's fine. He's a flawed dude.
But this, like we said, this is him breaking.
Yeah,
he's doing I'm doing everything right. I'm trying to do this. Now my wife has left me for this crazy cult leader. I'm getting bitch slapped by the guy that I'm running against because apparently he can just do whatever he wants. And he's like, how about I do whatever I want? And he's like, this homeless guy's a problem. Nobody's taking care of it. Pop him. Done.
He's got his
Nobody's going to miss him.
Yeah.
And then he gets COVID because of it.
Yep. And he disposes of the body. And this is the start.
But so we think that is going to be that's the one kill, all good. We smash cut then to Pedro Pascal, finding out that, his son has brought this. So yeah, they're having an argument about the classic COVID argument. Like, hey, we said we weren't going to have, strangers over and like people not in our bubble over what's like, he's like, she's not here. It's just her purse, whatever. And, the argument seems to, we're going to progress through it and bang. Shot out of nowhere.
Yeah, he gets killed much earlier. Like it just it comes out of nowhere.
Yeah. And the son comes into the room, waits a beat. It's like, is it just gonna be the dad? Bang, takes him out.
So at this point,
3 shots fired. That's important. 3 shots fired. And then we cut to the gunman, which we think could potentially be Michael because we've only seen Brian. Oh, right, because Brian got the picture sent to him.
Yeah.
But then we also see that Brian has sent the picture to Michael, who's her ex, quote unquote.
Yeah.
And we know that Michael has been practicing his shooting. He's a pretty good long-range shooter.
Yeah.
But we also know that Joe Cross is the master long-range shooter.
And they give it up pretty quickly.
And there he is, Joaquin Phoenix with the sniper rifle.
And he's just
in the desert.
Yeah, and it's like, you killed your adversary, murdered him in cold blood in his house, and then he killed his son.
But then, so
and then
this is a cop.
Paint.
This is a cop who the movie intentionally shows him looking for the shell casings after shooting. He picks up the 2, looks for 30 seconds for the third one, and then goes, whatever. And walks to the house. What are you doing? You need to spend the rest of the night looking for that shell casing. It is the only thing that links you to the murder. Yeah. Everything else you can just slough off. No big deal. Also, probably don't fucking spray paint. Let people come to their own conclusions about that shit.
It does. I mean,
he's a horrible at, trying to cover this up.
But at this point, he really turns into an awful person.
Yes.
And he is a cold-blooded killer. And he's a murderer, and he's like, you know what? We will blame this on Black Lives Matter, and that will be the scapegoat. And he is still, he's still the guy that we are with the movie. Like,
yeah, I was listening to a podcast last night, and one of the guys on it, or woman, I don't remember who came up with this brilliant idea, but it was that he starts as our protagonist. He's our, the guy that we're following through this movie. And we get to this point, and then we just have to stick with him the rest of the movie, even though we shouldn't like him anymore.
Yes.
And that is not a common occurrence that happens in a lot of movies, because usually, even if there's a problem, there's a redemptive arc. Boys and girls, there's no redemptive arc. You are just dealing with the fallout of Joe Cross and his decisions.
Yeah. And so he starts to fall. That was Amanda, by the way, from The Big Picture.
It was, yeah. I love Amanda.
He blames it on Black Lives Matter.
He blames it on Black Lives Matter, but then we realize he has also figured out, after Brian comes to the sheriff's office and tells them a key detail, which is that he sent the picture of the mayor's son kissing his ex. He's got motivation. Look into this Michael guy. Joaquin Phoenix has like been working with this Michael guy. He's promoted him. They seem to have a great relationship. No problem at all. As soon as Brian tells him that, he's like, I got to excuse myself really quick. Starts planting shit in his car. Starts coming up with the idea like, man, I could just slough this all off onto Michael.
Yep.
And it's going to be all good. And like you said, he is full evil mode.
He's full evil.
So, yeah, we're getting into the last like 45 minutes of the movie. So Michael they've turned everything onto Michael. He then gets locked up in the sheriff's office. They go about their business, Joe and Guy and them, and they're trying to figure out other ways that they're going to pin stuff on Michael, essentially. Guy doesn't realize that that's what they're doing, but he's now convinced that, like, this Michael guy, he's black. So you don't know, is he on the cop side or is he on...
Cop, or is he more of a...
Don't say it, Guy, don't
and
say
then
it.
Michael gets his one phone call. And he
calls his uncle.
His uncle.
Who I don't think is the one that's breaking him out of jail. There's kind of there's a little bit of the story that's missing in that I don't know why the crisis actors know to go to the sheriff's office.
I feel like his uncle was involved.
Could be.
I mean, like, I feel like that has to be the case.
So essentially what happens is there's insanity that occurs at the end of this movie, and that Antifa, what we think is Antifa, which later has now been explained to me by liberal people that have podcasts that have now called them crisis actors, which
so they were not
guess is
really,
the case.
Yeah.
I mean, guys, do you not understand the hypocrisy of, like, you call all these right-wing people crisis actors and then they call all of you crisis actors? Figure it out. So whatever. These people come in this plane, private plane, so they have money.
These people?
Definitely George Soros related people. That's why I'm calling them these George Soros related people. And they come in with their machine guns and just start trying to blow this town away. And it all begins by them capturing Michael, taking him out to the desert.
Which I don't understand.
It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, he's supposed to be their friend, yet they kill him.
Well, I think they're trying to blame everything on Joe Cross and then eventually take him out as like this destructive force that's ruining everything. Joe ends up making it out alive. You literally cannot kill this man. Right next to a bomb.
Yeah.
And he, there's essentially a pretty classic Western gunfight to finish the movie out.
Very, very, extended.
Well, it doesn't finish the movie out. There's a coda to this movie that's insanity.
Brutal. But there's a gunfight. He goes into the gun store and comes out fully loaded, and
I do that too. Every Wednesday I go into the gun store and get fully loaded.
He comes out with all these.
I'm actually missing it tonight.
That sucks. Well, are you gonna do it tomorrow?
No, I have to do it on Wednesdays.
You gotta crash through the Native American Museum first.
Well, I do that on Tuesday.
Okay. So slightly different, but same spirit.
You gotta stick to a schedule.
Editing, like...
It takes 90 days to develop a habit, and then once you do that, you don't want to break it.
Very true. So, and there's this same podcast that we're going to talk about, referenced, or that we referenced before. References, thank you. How they have made the end look a little like a first-person shooter.
Yeah. Very cool.
Yeah.
A lot of cool camera work. And again, another social media shout out, like the kid recording while he's shooting the final guy.
Yep.
Really well done. And then we get to the coda, which I think is, even more important than what eventually happens with the gunfight, which is that Joaquin Phoenix gets stabbed in the head, the middle of the head.
Yep.
Middle of the top of his head.
And then they take him to this, COVID hospital, and they essentially are like, I don't know, he's going to be a vegetable, man.
And a vegetable he is. Brian, who ends up being kind of the hero that saves the sheriff at the end of the day, turns into a mega kid, moves to Florida.
Yeah. So
as all these true Americans should.
Gets a house, gets a hot girlfriend.
Yeah.
That's it.
and essentially is like the kid from Kenosha.
Rittenhouse.
Yeah, who has his own podcast about, First and Second Amendment rights, and that's what they talk about, which I think is the most important thing you can have conversations about. I don't know why we're having a conversation about a goddamn movie when we should be talking about our right to bear arms and the freedom of that speech. You like that one, Chris?
Yeah.
So we find out that Joe has he won the mayoral election, but even though he was opposed to having this, data warehouse be built in this area, that got done anyway, regardless of who was in office. That was going to get done. It is supposedly going to bring jobs and more innovation to the area, while the counter to that is that it eats up a bunch of water. This place is already in a drought. It's going to destroy the city. So
AI, baby.
It is what it is. Has to move forward. Joe is, in a wheelchair, can't talk, can only literally just watch the world unfold before him
on screens.
And his mother-in-law has kind of taken over being the voice of him. And we now get, a conspiracy theorist who has taken control of Eddington.
Yes, the mother-in-law. Yep. Yeah. To live in a nice house. And the brutal scene, too, where she shows him on the computer that Emma Stone is now pregnant with ostensibly Vernon's child.
Yeah, he's essentially like David Koresh for abused victims.
Yep.
And just has them all hanging out together, impregnating them all, it seems.
And the sounds that Joaquin's character tries to make, whimpers.
Well, he has, what's that thing that nerds have?
Pocket protectors?
Asthma.
So he starts to have an asthma attack. It's so sad. It's honestly brutal. It's like the Metallica 1 video. Do you remember that?
No.
Oh, it's about a vegetable.
4.
Yeah, it's badass. But also incredibly sad. So, this is just this horrible, torturous end for this man. Worse than death. Worse than death to be kept alive, to just see this world go on without you, while you're there and have to just watch. It's pure torture. And then it reminds me of a line that he says earlier on when he gives a press conference, when he says, "We will find the killer, and the killer will learn what justice looks like in the town of Eddington," or something. And in that moment, you're like, he's talking about, like, we will see he's eventually going to get his, and we will see what justice looks like. Yeah. And that is what it fucking looks like.
And then because Ari Aster just has to make it as weird as possible, the closing shot is Joaquin Phoenix.
Second closing.
Is it the second closing?
Because it ends on the shot of the AI plant in the desert.
Yeah, so
it's bigger than the small town.
He gets lifted into bed, laid down, and then his mother-in-law lays next to him. Very weird. Because you're like, are they in a relationship now? That doesn't make any sense. And then his nurse rolls into bed with her, and she's just banging the nurse.
Yep, right in front of him. Classic Ari Aster.
Got to do it to him.
Yeah,
the absolute destruction of a character.
The adults are being abused.
Exactly. All right. Well, we have a special guest with us here today. Intern, producer extraordinaire. Not really an intern. I already gave him the job. Connor is going to be joining us for these episodes going forward. He's on the 1s and 2s. Connor, we forced to go to this movie.
He did not know what it was.
Had no idea what
Showed
it
up
was.
And he said, "What are we seeing?"
We were baptizing him with fire.
Could have been Superman.
It wasn't.
No, it was this.
So I got a text asking if I wanted to go see a movie, and it was an absolute yes. Going in, I had no idea. I didn't even think to send a text and say, "Hey, what are we seeing?"
No.
Walking in, I could have thought that we were seeing the Smurfs, or
we should have covered the Smurfs.
But honestly, so starting out in the movie, just seeing Emma Stone, Pedro Pascal, and Joaquin Phoenix, all some of my favorite actors and actress, and Emma Stone was always my high school crush.
Oh yeah, Easy A.
Yeah, exactly. Yep, just got it started. And starting with the movie, I honestly, for quite a big portion of it, I thought it was a true story. Until very quickly I realized this is not a true story.
Yeah, I think you told me it was when he came out with the submachine gun from the gun store.
Yeah, which is like at the end of the movie. So, yeah, I made it pretty far into it thinking, but I think most of it was because it just related so well through everything that we went through with COVID and whatnot that it very well could have been, especially it being such a small town and whatnot, it could have been one of those stories that just wasn't really covered. So I think that's really why I kind of just like fed into the idea. And also, going in without reading anything about it, not seeing any trailers for it or anything like that, just kind of getting thrown into it was kind of just why I would be able to go that route. I mean, it's just one of those stories that it could be and just never heard of. But yeah, like I said, towards the end there, it was pretty obvious not.
Are you now interested in checking out any of the other Ari Aster movies?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm
all right.
Eating a list of those.
Hey, we converted them. There are only 3, unless you want to watch There's Something About the Joneses, which you could do anytime you want. If you got 28 spare minutes, check it out. It is something special. Did you have a favorite? So we usually do awards at the end of our movies. I'll let you give it up. Did you have a favorite scene from the movie?
That's a tough one. Yeah, because there was a few of them. I mean, the humorous ones were hysterical. Like when they're pulling Pedro Pascal's character, or no, it was Joaquin's character. The nurse is pulling him into the bathroom, and we find out very quickly, either his dick's that big or not. That could be edited out.
It is.
And he goes to smack the guy because, this nurse is dragging him butt-ass naked out of the toilet, and the nurse smacks him back, and I got a good laugh out of that one. Also, there was another scene where they're going to the dinner table with that social media kid.
Yeah, Brian.
Yeah, and his dad looks at him and goes, "What, are you fucking retarded?" And
you're white.
Yeah, that was a great scene too. But I mean, just all of it was incredible to watch. Just the film work too was incredible. That's one thing that I pay more attention to sometimes, more than plot line.
Yeah.
So yeah, overall, it's a fantastic experience.
Thanks, Connor. Well, Connor will be helping us out as we continue to go forward. We'll get him more introduced into the show as we go forward. We'll get him a mic that actually works instead of having to hand Chris's mic over to him.
Yep, that's right. We're going to get you your very own mic.
Chris, what was your favorite scene?
So it's very difficult to so difficult, and I because we saw this last night, and I didn't really get a chance to ponder what scene I would pick, but I think that I have to probably pick, and this is, I don't know, this is off the dome, when his character maybe finally, Joaquin, when Joe finally, I don't know if this is really it, but I'll go with it. When he, he goes back to his house, and he kind of finally, for a moment, he's able to communicate as he truly wants, where he tells his mother-in-law, "I killed Ted."
And he mistakes her for Lorelai.
Yeah, and it's like just this moment where I guess this character is, for 2 seconds, gets what he wants. Like, because his mother-in-law hates Ted. Oh, Ted's horrible. What's up? Oh, yeah. So his character hates Ted. Or I'm sorry, the mother-in-law hates Ted. Talks to Joaquin about, like, you should do something about this guy, and he finally can go and say, I did it. I killed Ted, and everything's and he's gonna save his mother-in-law when the shots start coming in. And then and then shortly thereafter, he's chased for his life and eventually stabbed in the head and becomes a vegetable. But we see this character that is so, I don't know, just is so troubled and turned into such a evil person. We see that moment where I guess in that moment you see the evil inside him maybe like comes out for a second, right? When he can say like, I did it. And you know, we see it, which we don't really see the rest of the time. This character is too scared to ever, truly let that come out. So, I'll go with that. I mean, also when he records his mayor announcement to be mayor, you know, the Katy Perry battle. There's so many.
Yeah, I think I'm probably gonna just go with I think I'm gonna go with him recording the initial.
So good.
Yeah.
On a small screen.
Yeah, and I mean the fact that it's shot in parallel with Emma Stone watching it on the other side, and then you find out the fallout to that and all that sort of stuff. I also thought, I mean, it's a pretty simple scene, but when and we didn't really talk about it, but when he goes to the restaurant where he's having his first kind of town hall meeting and he accuses the Pedro Pascal character of raping his wife, I just think that him and the way that he's, you know, line reading and stuff like that, Joaquin Phoenix, is just really incredible to like really show how uncomfortable, but like the rage is just behind him and he's finally letting it kind of come through.
How about when he tries to approach or bring up to Emma Stone about her father that may or may not have sexually abused her? He doesn't actually say anything.
He doesn't say,
he doesn't say a word.
She falls asleep.
But like, holy shit.
Nuts. Performance of the movie.
Well, obviously Joaquin Phoenix.
Hey.
I mean, I don't know. You know, there's other people that are good, but you can't, if we're really being honest about it, of course, it's his movie.
Yeah. He's definitely the stand-up performance, just like in Bo and all that sort of stuff. I'm going to give a shout out to my guy, Jesse from Yellowstone, who plays Guy in this movie. His name's Luke Grimes. And
of course it is.
I just got a kick out of his character the entire time. He's not Jesse, he's Casey. Sorry, Yellowstone fans. Luke Grimes also recording artist, country recording artist, has some pretty solid songs.
So you're saying that character wasn't hard for him to play?
No. It was a layup.
He was just playing himself.
Not to mention he was playing essentially the same character he does in Yellowstone, which is a cop that fringes on having moral boundaries that aren't acceptable for being a cop.
Wow, that's saying a lot.
Who's your MVP of the movie? It's probably already asked.
Of course. And you know, if you want to do a shout out to the guy,
cinematographer.
Yeah,
I'm gonna give a shout out to the guy that wrote it. Oh, that's already asked.
That's already answered too. Yeah, I mean,
shout out to A24.
They don't get enough praise.
They get way too much praise.
Yeah, I mean, this is, you know, we're seeing this guy do what he wants to do, which is, you know, cultivate this style. And even though there's differences, this, like, I don't know. I think we're learning more and more with every film, like what are the classic components of an Ari Aster movie. And yeah, I mean, this guy is always very interesting, and I don't know, this walks a lot of lines. This does a lot of things that other movies would never do. And you know, it just sounds very cliche to say it's daring, but it is. And it's, you know, it's about something that a lot of people don't want to revisit, and it's not popular. I mean, it's the Kurt Cobain here. This guy just doesn't give a shit. I mean, of course, he probably definitely does, but you know, it's
in your face.
Is it punk rock?
And it is actually punk rock.
Yeah. So that's it.
Suck it, James Gunn. Rating.
Okay. You want to give yours first?
Actually, let's do this first, Chris.
What?
Let's rank the Ari Aster films, and let's see where Eddington falls, then give it a rating.
Okay.
Starting at 4.
4 for me would be I'm sorry, but Beau is afraid.
Yep, figured it was going to be there.
It's good. It's just I enjoy the other ones more. I mean, it's so tough because you just saw the other movie once. So, gosh, you know, I know Midsommar's got to be number 1. It's got to be. So it's like, what
Hereditary or Eddington?
Yeah. I gotta go Eddington, and then Hereditary. Hereditary is a classic, but it's close. I'll say it's close, right?
All right. 4 would be Hereditary. 3 would be Eddington. 2, Midsommar. 1.
Oh, baby.
I really like that movie. It is way too long, but there's so many ideas in that, and the animation sequence in the middle is one of my favorite things that's been put onto film in a while. So
I respect that, bro.
shout out to Bo. I've said this over and over. I'm not a humongous horror fan. I like them when they're very good. I think Hereditary is a very good horror movie. It's just not my cup of tea most of the time. So that's why. I love this movie. I think it's fantastic. Eddington, I'm going to give a 8.3.
Awesome. I'm just essentially going to follow suit. I'll say 8.1.
Great.
Yeah, whatever.
All right, guys. We might be doing one more brand new release movie if we can make it to the theater again. We've got another franchise that we're discussing in the works.
Bubbling up another chise.
And
Gonna hit you with another chise. What's up?
we have Alien Earth coming in a couple weeks.
A little TV chise
Well,
cooking up in the dome for y'all.
Chris has found out that I do not like when he calls franchises chises.
Yeah, I think I want to be like, where are my chise junkies at?
Hell yeah. All right, guys. Thanks for listening. Thanks, Chris. Thanks, Connor.